Welcome to the VC3 News Update. I am Shanette Hackshaw with the top local news stories for today. On Monday, September 4, the Ministry of Education will officially begin the academic school year 2023-24, and the parents of students who will be entering the educational institutions across St. Vincent and the Grenadines are being encouraged by the Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, to seek help from the relevant state agencies if they are in need of assistance.
Parents who need assistance. Through the state, the assistance comes through two ways. Well, there's a book loan scheme. Let me start first of all with the primary schools. You can get assistance through the Ministry of National Mobilization. Resources are put aside there. In the secondary schools, you have assistance which you can get through the National Lottery Program. The officers were listening. I said they brought my diary. No. But the National Lottery Program is for secondary school students and community college students. Of course, the National Lottery can't give assistance to everybody.
Right.
The number has moved from 500,000 to 1 million to now about $3.5 million annually.
Speaking on NBC's face-to-face program yesterday morning, Dr. Gonsalves said the first resort for a number of parents is to visit the National Lotteries Authority. He said that there are parents who are in genuine need of help and others who can do more in respect of their children. He calls on parents to be reasonable.
And I want them to hear me because I'm always very open and honest about these things. Go to the lottery as a place of first resort. Some persons genuinely need help, and there are some others who can do more in respect of their own children. Huh? So I want everybody to be reasonable. Johnny Pete, this is a small place, 110,000 people. So there are opportunities for assistance. And for the secondary schools too, you have the school book, the school loan, the book loan scheme. And we invest $1 million a year in the replenishment.
The Prime Minister also added that too much money is being spent on the repair of furniture. He said in some schools a notoriety has been developed where the destruction of furniture is common. He said that the money spent on these repairs can be put to better use in cases where students would need financial assistance. He added that on Monday, with the opening of schools across the nation, there will be the single largest mobilization of about 30,000 people at the primary and secondary level and around 4,000 teachers. He said events like this only happen during the opening of schools or during the election cycle.
On Monday, Johnny P., we are going to see, with the opening of primary and secondary schools, the single largest mobilization of people, any event in any calendar year. Carnival and Christmas don't match it. Remember this. Between early childhood, primary and secondary and post-secondary, you have about 30,000 students in all. You have teachers at all the institutions, a number approximating 4,000. I'm talking early childhood, primary, secondary, and post-secondary, and community college. Then you have the parents, particularly for the new ones. And remember, it's about 1,800 new ones. And if one parent
go per person, that's running it to 37,000.
And then there are old minibus operators, but there are new ones also on the scene. You see, I tell you about the mobilization. The only thing in this country which is bigger than that is what happens on election day every 5 years.
Dr. Gonsalves also met yesterday with the officials responsible for school repairs, staffing at schools, and furniture. Meanwhile, on the topic of university education, Dr. Gonsalves said that there have been approximately 1,200 tuition scholarships awarded to students at the university level for this academic school year. He said that at the deadline for the application period for the tuition scholarship, there were nearly 1,500 applicants.
We are currently giving out the number as of yesterday was 1,200 tuition scholarships. Johnny P, I want that number to sink in. As of the closing deadline, Johnny P, 1,273 persons had applied. Some of those who have applied would not have been chosen because insufficiency of documents, didn't comply with this or that, what was required. But even if they applied and they didn't comply and they subsequently comply, they'll be taken into consideration.
According to Prime Minister Gonsalves, he said that persons who applied after the deadline were accommodated by the relevant authorities at their discretion. He said other persons have written to him or reached out to the PS Angie Jackson. Last year, the number of applicants was similar. Gonsalves noted that over the years, the number of recipients has increased. He said that persons should pay attention to what is happening, adding that the government approved $44 million for community college and university education.
You have to pay attention to what is going on. No. You know, for community college and university education, it's $42 million we approve in the budget, you know. The same amount of money to run the hospital services. The same amount of money to run the police force annually, you know. $42 million. And the community college numbers have gone up from when we came about 500 to now 2,600 and rising.
In more local news stories, the on-site program, which the government launched earlier this year to provide the nation's youth work experience, is being strengthened according to the Ministry of Finance. The nation's youth who work as interns at private sector companies are the largest audience for the 6-month internship training and employment program. That is according to the Director of Economic Planning, Ricardo Frederick, when he spoke to NBC News. He said that at the start of the program, which is being supported by the Republic of China on Taiwan, 106 people had been signed on. According to Mr. Frederick, the on-site program, which had a 6-month initial runtime, has been extended until the end of December 2023 in an effort to provide the participants more work experience and due to the program's overall success. And finally, on the local scene, farmers and fishermen were in attendance at the Agricultural Mini Trade Fair, which was held by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers Cooperative Credit Union in association with One St. Vincent Group, OSV. The Ministry of Agriculture, Saboto Caesar, who was in attendance and spoke to the audience, said that a number of years ago during a Fisherman's Day speech, he said that lending institutions do not offer agricultural loans readily. He added that when he began his tenure as Minister of Agriculture, it was at the end of the banana era. As such, he said he had to find alternative for farmers.
So I gave a speech at Fisherman's Day, and I said that lending institutions, if you want to buy a Skettle car, they smile with you when they provide the monies. If you want to go on a vacation, and these things are good things, they quickly lend you the money. But when you say you want to go into agriculture, people start to have all kind of buts and ifs and between, and it was definitely a turn-off, Bishai, to a lot of farmers. And I am happy today that from the standpoint of the government, we over the last decade, we have worked with many different crops. And sometimes persons try to find out, why are you as a minister talking about 10 crops and you're not only talking about one? Well, I didn't have the luxury as a minister to inherit sugar as a main crop or bananas as a main crop. When I became the minister, it was at the end of the banana industry. So I have to put everything on the table for the farmers and let them choose.
Minister Caesar also said that on Friday, there will be a signing of a memorandum of understanding between India and the SVG for the production of turmeric and other spices. He said that this country is privileged to have one St. Vincent Group, adding that the company has evolved over the years to accommodate farmers and fishers. The Ministry of Agriculture also intends to aggregate the 5 major agricultural exports in SVG in an effort to legitimize them as official and provide the relevant information to lending institutions so that an automatic deduction system can be established in regards to agricultural loans.
We intend, before the end of this year, to bring together the 5 major agriculture exporters from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Bring them together on a platform. Because we want to legitimize them as official and provide that information to the lending institutions like the Teachers Cooperative Credit Union, so that you can set up an automatic deduction system. So when the farmer from North Leeward or Sister Balcom, and Sister Balcom goes to the credit union to take out $25,000 to do her vegetables, and let us give her a round of applause as one of the top female vegetable producers in the country. When she comes to teachers to take the loan, on the document that she's signing, she will sign that she's a part of a value chain, a supply chain, where she's taking the vegetables to a particular certified off-taker. That off-taker will know how much she has to pay on a monthly basis. So when she takes the vegetables to the off-taker, Teachers Credit Union don't have to worry that Sister Balcom is going to sell all the vegetables and not repay the loan, because it will come out automatically.
In order to help farmers mechanize, enhance, and elevate their agricultural operations for optimum efficiency and output. The trade show was designed to promote the numerous cutting-edge goods, machinery, tools, and methods that are now accessible to them. Additionally, the SVG TTCU Limited provided guests with financial options through the credit union's agricultural and fishing loan, which allows farmers and fishermen to borrow up to $25,000. Those are our local news stories. Continue watching on Channel 114 for regional and international news. Then Shalice Anton will bring you the VC3 Sports Update.